Good evening. Disrupting class and talking back. An attorney says that's not enough to cuff an APS mid-school student. So the girl's family sued APD because of it.
This is a class action lawsuit against the city, against APD, and against the officer who cuffed the 13-year-old girl. It was supposed to go to trial tomorrow, but the city has just settled. News 13's Amanda Goodman is live in the Newsplex. Amanda?
Well, attorneys for the little girl in this case say cuffing kids for nonviolent issues goes way too far, and that it happens way too often with elementary and middle school students.
Albuquerque Police have about 40 school resource officers stationed at APS campuses. Among their duties, encouraging positive interaction between students and law enforcement. But Attorney Joe Kennedy says one of his clients' dealings with the SRO at Van Buren Middle School was anything but positive, and it resulted in a class action lawsuit against the city, APD, and the SRO. Kennedy says it started when the 13-year-old girl got in trouble in class.
She was in a dispute with her teacher about her work and changing a seat in her classroom. The teacher was not happy with her. She refused to move her seat.
He says the girl was then asked to wait in the hall. When the teacher came out of the classroom, she flagged down the APD officer.
Our client discussed it with the school resource officer and got into a little bit of an argument with the school resource officer. And then all of a sudden, she's placed in handcuffs and arrested for interference with the public education process.
Kennedy says the girl was kept in handcuffs for an hour, not allowed to call her mother, and then taken to the county's juvenile detention center, all for being disobedient. And he says she's not the only one.
There are, in fact, a couple hundred children who have been treated like this.
The problem, he says, lies with APD's interpretation of a state statute that says no person shall interfere with the educational process by disrupting school. He says APD's school resource officers are taking the law too far by cuffing kids who are not a threat to themselves or others.
The concern is that this statute is being used to criminalize sort of, in many ways, what's healthy childhood behavior.
The city says the SRO didn't do anything wrong, but just before the case was set to go to trial, the city decided to settle.
The handcuffing is going to be eliminated for nonviolent children.
Kennedy says as part of the agreement, the city will also pay the girl. Now, he would not say how much, but sources tell News 13 it's around $150,000. Dick?
Okay, Amanda, the girl's lawyers also say APD agreed to stop taking elementary and mid-school kids to the juvenile detention center for nonviolent disobedience.